In a world of endless distraction, where algorithms shape our thoughts and information overwhelms our senses, there exists a forgotten power within each of us. A power that Rudolf Steiner discovered over a century ago. A power that could transform your consciousness and awaken you to a deeper reality. This power is living thinking. Welcome to the Wisdom Temple of Philera. I'm your guide on this journey into the depths of consciousness. Today, we explore a concept that might sound simple, but contains within it the potential to completely transform how you experience reality. But first, let me ask you, when was the last time you truly thought? Not just processed information, not just reacted to content, not just followed the automatic patterns of your mind, but actually engaged in the conscious act of thinking itself. If you're like most people in our modern world, the answer might be never. And that's exactly what we need to change. We're drowning in information but starving for wisdom. We scroll through endless content but rarely stop to truly think. Our minds have become processing machines, constantly consuming but never truly digesting or creating. This is what Rudolf Steiner recognized when he developed his concept of living thinking. As Steiner put it, in thinking, we hold the world process at a point where we must be present if something is to come about. But what exactly is living thinking? And why should you care about some philosophical concept from a century ago? Living thinking isn't just regular thinking with a fancy name. It's a fundamentally different approach to how we engage with our thoughts and the world. Most of our thinking happens on autopilot. We react, we associate, we follow habitual thought patterns. The peculiar nature of ordinary thinking, as Steiner noted, is that the thinker forgets thinking while doing it. It is not the thinking that occupies him, but the object of thinking that he observes. Living thinking reverses this pattern. It makes us conscious of our thinking process itself. When you engage in living thinking, you're not just having thoughts, you're actively creating and observing them simultaneously. You become aware of both what you're thinking about and the process of thinking itself. It's thinking that knows itself. Let's compare ordinary thinking and living thinking. Ordinary thinking is automatic and unconscious. Living thinking is conscious and intentional. Ordinary thinking focuses only on the object of thought. Living thinking is aware of both the object and the thinking process. Ordinary thinking involves passive reception of thoughts. Living thinking involves active creation of thoughts. In ordinary thinking, we're disconnected from the thinking process. In living thinking, our I knows itself as one with the thinking activity. Ordinary thinking is often influenced by external factors. Living thinking is self-determined and transparent to itself. As Steiner explains, only in the activity of thinking does the I know itself as one being with the active agent throughout all the ramifications of the activity. In other words, living thinking is the only activity where we're fully present and transparent to ourselves. But why does this matter in our modern world? Consider the challenges we face today. We're overwhelmed by information overload, constantly bombarded with more content than we can possibly process. Algorithmic thinking increasingly does our thinking for us, from search results to recommendations to automated decisions. We're disconnected from ourselves and reality, living in bubbles of filtered information and echo chambers. And the world's complex problems require a more conscious, integrated form of thinking than ever before. Living thinking offers an antidote to these modern conditions. It's a way to reclaim our cognitive autonomy in an age of manipulation. It's a path to clarity in a world of confusion. It's a means of reconnecting with ourselves and reality in a time of profound disconnection. Let me share a simple example of the difference between ordinary and living thinking. A few months ago, I was researching climate change solutions. Initially, I was just consuming information, reading articles, watching videos, collecting facts and opinions. This is ordinary thinking, passive, accumulative, focused only on the content. Then I shifted to living thinking. I slowed down and became aware of my thinking process itself. I noticed how certain ideas resonated while others didn't, and asked myself why. I observed how my own biases and assumptions were shaping my understanding. I actively engaged with the concepts, creating new connections and insights. The difference was profound. Instead of just having more information, I developed a deeper, more integrated understanding that was uniquely my own. This is the power of living thinking. So how do you actually practice living thinking? It's not about learning a technique. It's about transforming your relationship with thinking itself. Here are 5 practical approaches. First, slow down. Living thinking can't happen at the speed of scrolling. Give yourself time to think. Second, observe your thoughts. Practice watching your thinking process without immediately identifying with every thought. Third, ask deeper questions. Instead of accepting ready-made answers, formulate questions that matter to you. Fourth, engage actively with ideas. Don't just consume information, wrestle with it, question it, make it your own. And fifth, practice presence. Bring your full attention to your thinking activity. As Steiner reminds us, we must resolutely start thinking in order to afterward come to its knowledge by means of observation of what we ourselves have done. Even a few minutes of conscious, living thinking each day can begin to transform how you relate to your thoughts and the world. When you begin to practice living thinking, several profound shifts can occur. You'll experience greater clarity, distinguishing between your actual thinking and automatic thought patterns or external influences. You'll develop intellectual autonomy, becoming less susceptible to manipulation and more able to think for yourself. You'll gain deeper understanding, grasping connections and relationships that remain hidden to ordinary thinking. Your creativity will be enhanced as living thinking opens new pathways of thought beyond habitual patterns. And perhaps most importantly, you'll begin to experience thinking as a spiritual activity that connects you with deeper dimensions of reality. It's like upgrading your cognitive operating system. Now you might be wondering, isn't all thinking living since we're alive when we do it? No. Most of our thinking happens automatically, without our conscious participation. Living thinking refers specifically to thinking that is conscious of itself. Is living thinking the same as critical thinking? Critical thinking is an aspect of living thinking, but living thinking goes deeper. Critical thinking focuses on evaluating information logically. Living thinking includes this, but also involves awareness of the thinking process itself. Do I need to study philosophy to practice living thinking? Not at all. While understanding Steiner's ideas can be helpful, living thinking is ultimately a practical activity that anyone can engage in. It's more about how you think than what you know about thinking. How is living thinking different from meditation? Many meditation practices involve observing thoughts without identifying with them. Living thinking is different. It's about being fully active and present in the thinking process itself, not just observing thoughts from a distance. Can living thinking help with everyday problems? Absolutely. Living thinking transforms how you approach all kinds of challenges, from personal decisions to professional problems. It helps you see connections, question assumptions, and develop more creative and integrated solutions. I won't sugarcoat it, developing living thinking isn't easy. Our culture and education system train us for passive, automatic thinking. Social media and digital technology constantly pull us away from the presence and attention that living thinking requires. But the rewards are worth the effort. As Steiner wrote, "In thinking, we have a principle that subsists through itself. From here, let us try to understand the world." Living thinking offers a foundation for understanding ourselves and the world that doesn't depend on external authorities or received opinions. It empowers us to become truly autonomous thinkers. In a world increasingly dominated by artificial intelligence, algorithm-driven information, and manufactured consent, the ability to engage in living thinking may be our most precious human capacity. Living thinking isn't just an abstract philosophical concept. It's a practical approach to awakening your consciousness in a world designed to keep you distracted and asleep. By becoming more conscious and active in your thinking process, you reclaim your cognitive autonomy and develop a more authentic relationship with reality. As we navigate the increasing complexity and challenges of our modern world, living thinking offers a path to greater clarity, wisdom, and inner freedom. The journey begins with a simple shift from thinking about things to becoming aware of thinking itself. Are you ready to wake up your thinking? Living thinking awaits. If you found value in this exploration of living thinking, please consider subscribing to the Wisdom Temple of Thalira for more insights into consciousness, philosophy, and spiritual development. Until next time, may your thinking come alive.